singles, and there's a Japanese player involved in our next quarter-final because it's men's singles, and it is Kento MOMOTA, the bronze medalist from 3 years ago, up against the unseeded SAI PRANEETH of India. So as far as the men's singles draw is concerned, this is the only quarter-final that needs to be contested, because the other three have all finished. And you can see in the top half of the draw, the two-time former champion Chen Long safely through. If you were with us earlier, you would have witnessed him beating the champion from last year. He's up against the All England champion, and Darren Liu from Malaysia came through a marathon match against Kenta Tsuneyama, and that despite injuring himself in the second game. So just one more semi-final place to fill. And it is the number 6 seed, the left-handed Kento MOMOTA, against SAI PRANEETH. Well, 8 tournaments this year, individual tournaments that is, for SAI PRANEETH, and this his third quarter-final, which is the best he's done. Kento MOMOTA, on the other hand, 4 finals from 6 previous tournaments. Winner of the recent Indonesia Super 1000 event, having been beaten in the final of the Malaysian Super 750 the week before. So what an occasion for this man from India, SAI PRANEETH, trying to become only the second men's singles and only the second male player from India ever to win a World Championship medal. But he has to beat the left-hander to achieve that. Of course, the only previous male player from India to win a World Championship medal was Prakash Padukone in Copenhagen in 1983, when he lost to the eventual champion, Ichuk Sugiyato. So, as you briefly saw, this will be the third meeting between the two players. Now, this statistic probably surprised a lot of people, because it certainly surprised me. The 2 previous meetings were won by this man, SAI PRANEETH. But when you look a little bit closer at the previous meetings, you see they were both back in 2013, so 5 years ago. And I think this man, the left-hander, has improved considerably since then. They both have improved considerably since then. They both won Super Series titles, but I think this man has been outstanding. Of course, he had an enforced layoff from the international circuit due to visiting an illegal casino in his home country. But since he's come back, 2017, he played 6 tournaments. He reached 6 finals in 2018, 6 tournaments, 4 finals. So an incredible run since back from his suspension. Yesterday, he had a real battle against the young Dane, the number 16 seed, Anders Antonsson. Dropped the opening game and was a real battle in the second, but really raced away in the third. Outlasted his opponent in that third game. So he's 23, and SAI PRANEETH will turn 26 next Friday, exactly 7 days' time. Wouldn't it be a wonderful early birthday present if he was to win this quarter-final match and secure a medal in the World Championships? Born in Andhra Pradesh state on the southeast coast of India. Has been as high as 12, but currently 26 on the ranking, and he's actually the 4th Indian player. Had a walkover in the very first round because the number 4 seed, former world number 1 Son Wan Ho, pulled out. And then in yesterday's third round match, disposed of Hans Christian Wittinghus in very, very convincing fashion. So as far as SAI PRANEETH is concerned, caused a sensation at the Singapore Open last year when he won the title, beating Shrikant Kadambi in the final, and incidentally, it was the first ever men's singles final at Super Series level to feature 2 players from India. History was made, but he actually lost in the very first round of the Singapore Open this year in defence of his title.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kento Momota, Japan. And on my left, SAI Praneeth, India. Kento Momota to serve. Love all. Play.
So the number 6 seed, Kento Momota, getting this quarter-final underway. The only seed in the bottom half of the draw from quarter-final stage. So I guess, Steen, that puts pressure on that he's expected to get through to the final with the withdrawal of Lee Chong-wei and Son Won-ho. People were talking about Momota in the final from day one of competition.
Yeah, it probably puts some pressure on, but it also opened up some opportunity. Would you rather play Lee Chong-wei and Son Won-ho for a spot in the final? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Yeah. What a backhand. Oh, it's just wide. And I always remember a Billie Jean King quote, of course, Billie Jean being one of the greatest ever female tennis players, and she said, "Pressure is a privilege."
Yeah.
And when you look at it in that light, then you don't feel the pressure so much.
2-1.
Because you've done well.
Exactly.
Up to the event. It's going to be interesting to see Momota today, because he was quite strong yesterday against Anders Antonsen. A little bit better physical condition than the young Dane, and Momota would have been in real trouble.
Yeah.
It was like he wasn't able to inject pace into his game like we saw in Malaysia and Indonesia. He did so brilliantly then.
Now I think there's extra strapping on the left leg with Kento Momota today in comparison to yesterday. Just missed it. Oh, there's a challenge.
Kento Momota challenges called out.
Well, I'm surprised at that challenge, to be honest, but he's in a much better position to see than I am. Wow. Good challenge. There you go.
4-1. Play.
SAI Praneeth looks very nervous at the moment to me,
He
Steen.
looks very nervous, and he is taking a totally different route compared to the one Anders Antonsen took, and that worked so well for him yesterday. He's trying to play with pace.
Yeah.
Well played. So if you let Momota play on his strong areas, then it's going to get difficult. If he is playing from the front court without pressure, you're in trouble.
Well, it was a good follow-up, but I thought initially he hadn't been decisive enough on his follow-up.
6.
Steen, just a point about the fact that Sai Praneeth is the 4th ranked Indian player. I know you and I have discussed it many times because the strength in depth of Indian men's singles players now is quite remarkable.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Simply amazing. To illustrate it, one of the players that are not ranked in top 4, Surab Verma, he won the Russia Super 100 last Sunday.
Yeah.
7-3.
The players that we know have played well over the years that are not here either. That's Kashyap and AJ Jayaram.
And Guru Saidat, don't forget him.
He's fighting to come back, having to go through qualifying in some of the smaller tournaments. There's also the newly crowned Asian Junior Champion, Lakshya Sen. So lots of talent. I just read that there was an All India Junior Ranking tournament. It had 3,000 entries.
Wow. Well, I understand it's the 2nd most popular sport in India right now. Of course, cricket is the #1. But it has got a huge following. And the Indian players have sparked that interest. Saina Nehwal, PV Sindhu, the men's singles players you've been talking about. Just wide.
Service over.
4 quarterfinals altogether for India.
9.
Lost 2 already to Saina Nehwal's lost to Marin and Ranki Reddy and Punapa out of the mixed doubles as well.
Terrific. Brilliant. What a rally from Sai Praneeth.
Service over.
Terrific cross-court net shot.
And that rally still keeps me sort of in a dilemma in between thinking that it is a disappointing start to the match that he's made and believing that perhaps he has the speed that is needed to spell trouble for Momota. I'm more inclined to go with the disappointing start.
Yeah.
11-5.
Well, it is a 6-point advantage for the #6 seed, Kento Momota. The mid-game interval here in the opening game.
Pace పెంచకపోతే ఇదే వాడు ఆరామ్సే ఆడుకుంటాడు. మనం మంచిగా లిఫ్ట్ చేసి బ్యాక్ హ్యాండ్ లిఫ్ట్ చేసి వాడు ఇటు అందరం కొట్టుకుంటూ ఆడతాడు. పేస్ పెంచాలి. గమ్మెట్టినప్పుడు ఆప్షన్ ఏం లేదు. లేకపోతే చిన్నగా వాడు ఇట్లా తీసేసుకుంటాడు ఆరామ్సే సో నేను గమ్మెట్టినప్పుడు కొంచెం తీసుకో, ఛాన్సెస్ తీసుకో. కొంచెం పైకి వెళ్ళి ఇక్కడి నుంచి కూడా పుష్, ఇక్కడి నుంచి క్రాస్, ఇక్కడి నుంచి కొట్టు, ఇక్కడి నుంచి కొట్టు, ఇంకొక జీ పేస్ పెంచు. అంతేగాని చిన్నగా మంచి వాడు టైం పెట్టుకుంటాడు. కొంచెం తీసుకొని కొట్టు, ఇది కొడతాం.
Gulala Gopichand, who almost single-handedly has been responsible for so much success of the Indian players on the world stage.
Play.
That's gone long. Now, Steen, of course, we didn't understand any of that, but for people who are perhaps not so familiar with Sai Praneeth, obviously Shrikant Kadambi and Pranoy are better known in world terms. Just tell us about the qualities of SAI Praneeth and what he should be trying to do here.
This rally was a really good example until he put it into the net. He's speedy when he's in really good shape, and a very reliable rally player waiting for the good opportunity. In many ways, he reminds me a little bit of Gopichan when he was playing. Has to work his opponents a little bit. He doesn't have the big smash that can sort of create openings out of nowhere, so to speak.
Oh, great defense.
Well, his first victory ever over Nittinghus yesterday in very convincing style, as you said, Joe. 13 and 11, so I think he...
How many meetings was that?
That was the 4th.
Yeah.
So, looks to be in really good physical shape from the pace we see on the court. I just don't think that it's enough for him to beat Kento Momota. That was because I was thinking Lee Chong-wei, he did it in some ways through speed, but then again also through a lot of patient play. And we saw Anders Antonsen, he was extremely patient yesterday, and even though he lost the match, I think he delivered a blueprint as to how you can beat Kento Momota in this hall here.
15-6.
That's a brilliant backhand defense from the left-hander. Oh, lucky net cord too, for which he immediately apologises.
16-6.
Right now it looks like he's totally without a chance, SAI Praneeth, but perhaps very, very nervous. That's also a possibility.
Oh, unbelievable. That was dangerous. Cross court clear to the left-hander's forehand side. This one. In fact, it was later on. Yeah. Very difficult to follow the rally, in all honesty, from that angle.
Yeah, that's not really fit for badminton, that angle.
Look at that. That was terrific. Cross-court net shot.
I just feel that Momota, he loves it when the players are sort of coming to him, trying to play with pace, trying to attack him. Really good anticipation skills has the left-hander.
18-6.
Oh, it's all one-way traffic at the moment, isn't it? Two points away from the opening game. It's only been in progress 13 minutes. Crikey, that's a good lift from there. But not good enough.
Service over. 7-19.
It's a super smash. Another good net shot, forced a shorter lift.
The smashes of SAI Praneeth does not have the same angle as, for instance, Shrikant Kidambi, who's lethal, but I guess this arena here was a little bit too slow for Shrikant to be really competitive.
Well, he's at least playing himself into the match. I think the nerves, the longer he can keep this first game going, SAI Praneeth, the more he will be relaxed for the start of the second game.
Definitely true. I mean, every point he can score can help him do better in the second game.
11, 19.
The problem right now is that the points he's getting is basically mistakes, unforced errors from Momota. It's not like he's scoring them himself.
Service over.
So game point opportunities, 9 of them to be
20.
precise.
Game points, 11. Service over. 12, 20.
He's gone down a gear, in my opinion, Kento Momota.
Game.
Yeah, but that was the sort of speed of
First game
movement
won by Kento MOMOTA.
that we've come to expect
21-12.
from the left-hander. Opening game to the number 6 seed, Kento Momota, in 17 minutes, 21-12.
後ろ追い込んでさ、相手にクリアを出してさ、こっちが、ね、スマッシュスケース、後ろ追い込んでスマッシュスケースでいいと思います。まあストローク勝負してるね。相手はさ、あんまりこうテクニック系じゃないからさ、エアーもないし、いいところでこういう気にしながら、基本的には自分のねコントロールとコートを広く使った展開にしてください。今のそうなの。
2ゲーム目ちょっとまたラボールからだからゲームの流れだけちょっと気にしながら、ちょっと簡単なミスが入るとやっぱ向こうもさ、やる気出してくると思うから、前半ちょっと11点まで、うまく自分でゲーム流れ作って、そうすれば後半楽になるから。もう一回ね、自信は持ってほしいけど、スタートにこうさせる。向かっていくのちょっと勝負する。
Coaches have had their say. Coach Nakanishi and Sato for Kento Momota.
Second game. Double. Play.
So given what you were saying in the previous match, or one of the previous matches, Steen, I think it's absolutely essential that SAI Praneeth gets a good start to this second game. Yes, it was the women's singles. You said Chen Yufei, didn't you? After losing the first, you felt she had to get a good start to the second. I feel the same here with SAI Praneeth. It's a great backhand. Oh, don't believe it. What a shot from SAI Praneeth. behind the back backhand. Well, this is absolutely extraordinary.
Love.
Just watch this carefully. Look at that. And wins the rally with it. Absolutely brilliant. Cannot believe it. Little bit of trickery.
Service over. 1-2.
Joined by Momota.
Service over. 3-1.
Oh, it's landed in.
Service over. 2-3.
Yeah, it certainly did. Just inside the back line.
Excellent play.
Yeah.
Momota. I think SAI Praneeth needs to come up with something different if he's to have a chance of progressing to the semi-finals.
What difference?
I think he cannot challenge Momota in terms of pace. I think he's got to try what Lee Chung-wei tried so successfully in Malaysia Open and Antonsen yesterday. Play much more patient, play high lift to the backcourt, challenge Momota to say, hey, create your own points.
Yeah.
Right now, SAI Praneeth, he is creating some part of Momota's points because he lets him play back at him, he lets him counter him. And these fast-paced rallies, he's playing really well, SAI Praneeth, but it's just very rarely that he's more than 60% in a rally to win it. He tries to apply percentages to the shots. What is, if the rally stopped exactly here, what would the winning percentage be for Praneeth and what would it be for Momota? It's very rarely he gets above 60% winning percentage, in my opinion.
Over. 4-5.
The whole rally there, Momota was never in any danger, not even at the net when SAI Praneeth was in a good position. So either he's got to go even more on the attack or play much more patient, in my opinion, and hope that it creates opportunities. course, if you feel that you don't have the defense to withstand the attack of the 6th seed, then it's not a viable way.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
Very good.
Service over. 5-6.
Yeah, I'm not sure he had to make it that tight. I thought that Momota really upped the pace at the start of that rally, but it's interesting because given what you've just been saying about SAI Praneeth, it didn't work and he reverted to the patient play.
Yeah.
So, you know, okay, I'm going to up the pace. Doesn't work, doesn't matter. I just play patiently and build a game.
And I think we've seen him a couple of times being
8-6.
a little bit down on concentration. Momota, for instance, that net shot there, it was sort of, if it doesn't get over, then I get another one over. So I think he's feeling really confident on court that he's confident he's going to take this match.
It's going wide. SAI Praneeth has to be awfully careful here.
9-6.
Can't give Momota too much of a lead at the mid-game interval. I feel at times in this match that SAI Praneeth has been too passive and just reacting to what Momota has done, but maybe that's due to the good play of Momota.
Yeah, I think it starts in the beginning of the rallies where I think if Momota was going to instruct an opponent of how to play against him, he would be pretty close to what SAI Praneeth has done. Please play with pace.
7-10.
Attack. And let me do the counter-attacking.
To the mid-game interval with a 4-point advantage.
Interval.
Kento Momota.
But yeah, he's also not the only one struggling against Momota. We've seen Victor Axelsen several times just continue to do things that are really not working.
One, 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
So it's now or never, I suspect, for SAI Praneeth.
Excellent. Fantastic fantastic smash.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
12,
And
7.
his movement and his elevation in that deep.
And he gets so much rhythm in that movement.
Yes, exactly. Look at that.
It's exactly what he wants it to be, and that's what we saw. That sometimes if you lift with much higher elevation to the shuttle, then it becomes much more difficult shot for Momota. So basically, you can't let him jump into his shots on the back court.
Good net shot.
That's what they
Yeah.
punished the short cross shot from Momota.
12. Service over. 13, 8.
Yeah.
14, 8.
One feels that SAI Praneeth needs to sort of shake himself up and say, I can do this. I can do it. His body language after that rally, he looked disappointed. Of course he's disappointed. We all are if you miss a shot. Or maybe it's just his normal persona.
Service over.
I don't know him well enough.
9, 14.
It's worked, and it's brought him to the quarterfinal, and he's played great. Beat Witting, who's convincingly yesterday, and so on. So it's just not working against Momota.
10, 14.
Well, this man is the only men's singles player from Japan ever to win a World Championship medal. 3 years ago in Jakarta, and he looks on course at the moment to ensure that he'll get a second medal, but it depends what colour. And as far as SAI Praneeth is concerned, this is probably one of the best chances he'll ever have of a World Championship medal. And he's working hard. Yeah, that was wide.
He's working extremely hard, and he
Yeah.
plays at a really, really good pace.
11,
The problem is just that up until now, Momota has been clearly capable of covering most of the shots.
service over.
One of the things we saw in Malaysia Open, Lee Chung-wei do was from his long forehand corner there, that smash there. Chung-wei, he played it cross to the backhand of Kento Momota, which I think is a really, really good idea. We haven't seen SAI Praneeth do it one time at all today.
shuttle.
12.
Well, trying to go cross, but it wasn't the cross smash
No,
that
it
we were
was a
talking
cross
about.
drop shot, which he uses, and is normally a really good weapon for him, but I think he would benefit from using the cross smash as well once in a while,
Yeah.
even though he's got to run the long distance afterwards, because he must expect Momota to get it back. Excellent shot.
Yeah. We've seen him use the cross court, haven't we? Smash from that position.
18, 12.
Keeping his opponent honest by sometimes hitting it straight down the line. Points away
19,
from a second
12.
World Championship semi-final. Kento Momota. One point away.
20.
He's played well today, hasn't he?
He's played well. This has been absolutely perfect from a Japanese perspective. Had 2 easy matches in the 2 first rounds, then was challenged a little bit yesterday against Antonsen, and then today another fairly easy match. So he's totally ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. First time of asking, and symmetry in the scoreline. 21-12, 21-12 in 38 minutes. And Kento Momota looking majestic today. Lovely movement,
Kento Momota.
good control.
21-12.
And a forlorn SAI Praneeth, but my goodness me, hasn't he had a good tournament? He can be mighty proud of what he has achieved. SAI Praneeth Barmidipati. But he came up against a better opponent today. Look at that. So confirmation that Kento Momota through to his second World Championship semi-final 3 years after his first. 21-12, 21-12 in 38 minutes.